This is the story about the old copper town of Phoenix, British Columbia. This old town and mine is just north of the Washington border, just a wee bit northwest of Danville. It was back in the late 1890s when word first began to spread of a rich copper strike high in the Boundary District of southern British Columbia. Miners, prospectors, and entrepreneurs, many of them veterans of other booms and busts, made their way up the steep trails near Greenwood to what was soon to become one of Canada's highest elevation towns. The town site sat at just under 4,700 feet in elevation, straight up the mountain from Greenwood, BC. It didn't take long for Phoenix to earn a reputation, not just for its high-grade copper, but for the town itself, which sprang up almost overnight and soon boasted all the trappings of a thriving mining hub. At its peak, Phoenix had a population of over 1,000 people, complete with hotels, a brewery, saloons, schools, churches, and even an opera house. They called it the highest city in Canada, and for a while it seemed like the town was destined to last. The main force behind all of this was the Granby Consolidated Mining, Smelting and Power Company, which took over many of the early claims and developed them into a large-scale operation. By 1901, the company had completed construction on a railway line, linking Phoenix to the smelters down in Grand Forks. This meant they could now ship out huge amounts of copper ore and bring in supplies, workers, and everything else a boomtown might need. Mining in Phoenix wasn't like the small pick-and-shovel operations of the old gold rush days. The Granby Company was ahead of its time, using massive steam shovels and open-pit techniques to dig out the ore. In fact, Phoenix was one of the first large-scale open-pit mines in Canada. The ore from Phoenix was hauled by rail to Grand Forks, where it was smelted at the Granby Company's smelter. While Greenwood also had a smelter, the BC Copper Company smelter, it primarily served other nearby mines like those around Deadwood and Mother Lode. But like so many mining towns, Phoenix's fate was tied directly to the price of metal. And when World War I came to an end, the demand for copper collapsed. In 1919, just as quickly as it had all started, Granby shut down operations. The smelter was quiet, the trains stopped running, and the town emptied almost overnight. Buildings were hauled away or left to the elements, and by the early 1920s, Phoenix was already being referred to as a ghost town. Only a few structures managed to hang on, like the old cemetery which still sits on the hillside, a quiet reminder of the people who once lived and worked here. You can still go to where the old town of Phoenix once was. The road going from Greenwood is almost straight up. You'll want to make sure you have good brakes on your car when you're coming back down. It's really steep. Once there, you'll find a small park where the town once stood. There's still an old open pit, and if you walk around the bush, you'll see some remnants of old buildings. Well, that's it for this week's video. I hope you have enjoyed this short story about the old copper town of Phoenix, BC. Please like, share, and subscribe so we can continue to bring you more old lost mine stories.